What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Tuesday, and we're streaming. Oh, and I got Cat Cam up. I just got Cat Cam set up. She was there, and now she's not. I don't know where she went. She's around here somewhere. But Tiki will make his appearance, I'm sure. We got Shy in the chat. How you doing, Shy? Give her a round of applause, Shy. First in the chat. So if you guys saw the title and you clicked on the VOD or anything, we're gonna be building some, building a Star Wars inspired build today. You just vibing. You and Theo are vibing. Sounds good to me. Yeah, we're gonna do a Star Wars inspired build. I'm gonna enter it into a contest on Sinnoh's server. If you guys don't know Sinnoh is a fellow Minecraft content creator, amazing builder. I joined his Discord about a couple months ago and haven't had the chance to do any of their monthly build battles just because I've been busy. But this month is Star Wars because yesterday was May the 4th be with you. Theo's having a rough day. I'm sorry, Theo. Let's see. Can we give Theo a... What do we want to give Theo? Here we go. Theo, that's your sound effect for the day. I'm sorry that you're having a rough day, bud. But yeah, I wanted to do some Star Wars building. Been looking over Pinterest the last couple of days, just kind of getting an idea. And I think I have something kind of roughly laid out. I just got some terrain built in, messing around with Axiom. And I'm actually really happy with it. I need to add some foliage and stuff, but I'm not going to worry about that. Right now, the main focus today is going to be the build and getting that in and ready to go. I'm excited. I haven't done a build contest at all. So I'm itching to stretch my muscles there and see what I can build and see what can come of this and go from there. And if there's time at the end of the stream or towards the end of the stream or the second half, depending on how long this build takes, I want to get a couple cats for our creeper farm that we're building in the Forever world. So that's the plan today. So if you're wanting to see that, you can skip forward a little bit if you're watching the VOD. If not, consider dropping a sub or dropping a follow if you're over on Twitch. Shout out to Lance, Playworld, Galaxy Gaming Zone, Demon at R, and Patricia for the recent subs in the last week. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Hope you're enjoying the videos. If not, and you're not watching over on YouTube, consider going to check out my YouTube videos. It does help out the channel a lot. I really do appreciate it. My wife is calling me. Give me 1 second. She's asking about the jellyfin server I've been building. I'll talk about that in a second. That was the Mrs. Odd. She's trying. I've started building a jellyfin server, ripping a bunch of DVDs and putting it on my old MacBook. I'm running Linux through an old MacBook and running that through a cement drive bay where I got a bunch of hard drives I got from work in there and storing movies and TV shows. I'm going to be storing my music on there too. And essentially, it's just going to run as my own personal streaming service. I'm going to be getting rid of, I think, Disney, HBO, and Hulu. We're going to keep the second try stuff. We might look at some of the other cheaper ones out there, but Disney's raising their prices again, and I'm just like, I can't keep doing that. So I figured for now, if there's a, we could definitely look at Caleb Hammer depending on how much it is, for sure. And then if like most of the time I'm watching stuff on Disney, like tonight I'm gonna watch the finale for Daredevil, and if I want to watch a show, I'm just gonna wait till the show is done, and then I'll get it for a month, and then watch it, and then I'll be done. It's 10's honestly not too bad. Honestly, I wouldn't be against that. But yeah, just trying to I'm a big fan of HBO too. I do like a lot of the stuff on HBO, but we can talk about that. I think HBO is actually fairly cheap compared to like what Disney and Netflix are getting to be. But if you guys have questions about that, I'm happy to answer. It took me a little bit to get going, but I got it set up, started getting it set up within like a day. So it's really not difficult. If I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out, honestly. Been following a lot of YouTube videos and TikTok videos, honestly. There's a couple people on TikTok who have been doing it because they're getting rid of streaming services because it's just getting pricey, and it just happens. That's the life. I understand the pit, but like you could always wait for the pit to finish, and then we'll get HBO for a month, and then you can watch it then. There we go. Plus, you get The Office, you'll have Big Bang Theory, we'll have Friends, all that stuff to tide you over. It'll be fine. Also, Shy, Mrs. Odd is asking what could she do to help with Baby Theo? She's asking if Baby Theo's okay. While we're talking about that, let's hop in and I'll show you guys what I've been doing a little bit. I was prepping a little bit before stream just to make it a little easier. So I've got kind of this sandy terrain going that I used with all that. He misses you. I don't think he's met you yet. So there's that. So I started with this kind of rough frame. I don't have any details or anything. We'll get into that as we go. But this is going to essentially be a Tatooine outpost or trading post. Or I can't remember what I put in the title, but the title's going to be loose based on that. And this is based on a concept art that I am kind of looking at. Trying to find it. There it is. We are connected. Don't worry about it. Okay, sounds good. So, I want to get the rough shape kind of ironed out, and then we'll start adding details and texturing and stuff, but this will be good. He's just hungry and gassy. I remember those days. So we'll just kind of flatten some of this out. I'll add in windows and such later. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We're just going to kind of get a rough box going. I got the frame. Oh, actually, this back one needs to be open because it's actually going to be like an overhang, which will build some stuff underneath. Let me see. Let's go right there. Wasn't there stuff that we gave our kids when they were really gassy? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I feel like there was like some little drops that we would give them, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I might change this floor here, but if I have time, we might do some interiors too. We'll see. Gas drops, that's it. Those are helpful. Okay, I think we have a rough idea. Because what I'm looking at, it's not an isometric. It's like a 3D printable STL file. I can shout out the person who posted it, Salvador Carrillo. They have it labeled as War Scenery / Shop. So I thought it fit really well in the style of Tatooine being a sand village and stuff. This build has to be vanilla, so the terrain might not be 100%. Because I built it with a mod, but I feel like this is attainable in vanilla in many different ways, but this build itself definitely should. So the terrain should be kind of fun. And even if I don't like do well in the competition, it's a lot of fun. Gas drops definitely do help. Here we go. 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay. I think that is the general look of this entire build. Except I forgot this back wall and this one right here. Put a door in here. It's gonna go right about there. Yeah, I think that's good. So it's gonna have the roof is relatively flat, but there is gonna be a section here that has like a dome. So I want to try using Axiom a little bit to do that. I did a test and it looked fine. I just want to see if I can iron it out. And then I have some ideas for over here. We're gonna do some like vents that kind of like maybe bring fresh air in or let out steam for like the kitchen or some sort. Do a couple doors, do some stairs. This overhang will get a little bit of TLC with a overhang here, which I don't know what I want to do with the overhang. I'm tempted to do campfires, but it's got a little bit of a slope to it, at least in the STL file. But we'll try out some different things. So I think what I want to start with the doors. We're not gonna do any texturing yet, because the texturing I'm gonna save for last. But we can start adding in some doors. Do double doors up top, just because I think those will fit more, and then we'll do a single door down here. I'm gonna add a curve here, but let's focus on this first. I feel like the typical door is gonna be the birch door, but yeah, what's up? Intense. Okay. But I think the bamboo is going to be too bright for this. Oh yeah, too bright. We want to go sandy kind of colors, I think. But the birch is going to fit a lot better. I don't like the white panes. I wish it was like a see-through type thing. Huh? Gas drops.
He needs a cat.
Shy, don't you have a cat? Actually, don't you have two? I swore they had two cats. Mrs. Odd is saying you guys need a cat in order to fix baby Theo or make him... Theo needs a cat, so if you have a cat, you need to get a second one, is what Mrs. Odd is saying. Alright, let's do...
You can name his cat Princess Dewdrop.
Princess Dewdrop. Great.
I managed to get another cat named
Pebbles. Interesting naming schemes there, Mrs. Alright. It's also weird to see the birch stairs are so lighter compared to how they are. You will consult Bandit on the second cat. Alright. I think she'll have to just take that and go with it. It has like a little bit of a ladder thing, but I don't know if that will work. I wish we could put a trapdoor in there, but that might have to work for now. Just for now. And then we'll do some stairs. Texture these in a little bit. And then I don't know if I should just do two stairs going up. I feel like this is a lot of stairs and probably should put something on either side. Even though I'm going off a simple 3D print, so it probably, I don't need to use it as gospel. So if I replaced some blocks like that, did a railing here, which there isn't one, but that's fine. Whoop. Yeah, I think that'll work, and we can do something similar up top. Tiki, you gonna go lay down? Good. Put those up there too. Nah. And then we can replace these stairs as well. Something like that. Yeah. That's coming together nice. Also, I feel like this should sink in more. So I kind of want to take this out. And let's get some shelves in. I would love a version of the birch trapdoors that doesn't have the white paneling, but we'll deal with what we got. Do something like this. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then throw down these. I don't even need to use the trapdoors then. Yeah, gives a little bit of definition, a little bit of difference. I might just raise this part up more. And then, oop. Thin that out. And then we can put some trapdoors up top. Did I scroll past them? I did. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I like that. This one is fine. I want to do a little bit of an overhang for it. But let's add some different things to it. It's like some walls I think would be good. I wish we had like smooth sandstone walls and chiseled sandstone walls. I think that would be nice. But we just have sandstone walls. I'm gonna try a fire. We'll try that and that. Oh yeah, I like the oak. I think the oak's gonna pop more. I don't mind it with the birch, honestly. I think that would be good. Kind of makes it look like something new got placed in. Yeah, I like that. I think that works. Sweet. Okay, so these are just kind of placeholders. I think we're gonna mess with that in a minute, but there's supposed to be 2 of them off the front, and I'm kind of tempted to move this over by 1. First, let's see how that looks. I think that actually looks better. Let me place that in. I kind of like it the other way, honestly. Because it kind of breaks that symmetry. But then we can do something here. Build, and then something here. And I'm kind of thinking we get some stairs, some fences, grab some walls, and let's do some cut sandstone for that. alternate some walls at I think something like that. We can also grab something like that. And then add a lip around the end. Maybe, maybe not. I kind of like that. Let's keep that for now. See how I like it. Let's move our attention over here. So, these are gonna be. It's gonna be the rough shape of it, I think. This kind of just gives us an idea of stuff moving up. And add in some texture too as we go. Like that. Okay, and then I think just cap it off with some walls and maybe make these top ones cut sandstone. For now, I think that's good. Might add another, like, detail, but for now, it's fine. Let's see. Let's do the awning area. I think that's gonna look nice. But I don't know if I want to do wool or if I want to do campfires. And that. So let's try a couple different ones. So build it out by 2 and then bring it down. I don't like that. I like the color of it though. I don't know if we can move it down. I think that could work. Let's just move it for now. And we can. I like the slabs because we can get a little more detail with them. Especially since the awning shouldn't be too deep. Let's start with slabs and we can add some more stuff to it. Wish I could build. Kind of like that. Let's build it out by one more. Yeah, I think our pop of color is probably going to have to come from the dome that's going to go like right here. Might be able to add some in behind some like little pockets, like there's little specks kind of on this 3D print that maybe we can add some blue behind it to pop with it. I think that would be fine. Boop, boop. Yeah, I like that. And then we can build a little bit of a lip around the edge, doing and I need sandstone slab. Just kind of make no rhyme or reason really for it. And then add that on top. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. Let's add some texture then. Let's give it a little bit of worn downness. That. And then campfires. Yeah. We'll add kind of sparingly, I think. I think they're gonna be too, yeah, they'll be too low for that. But add those to the edge. Oh, I wish I could go like right above it. I think something like that. And maybe we could do some banners or something. I don't know. I like this. I think we'll keep that for now. But I'm going to get rid of the blue one because I think we'll do a pop of blue with the other ones. But I think that's coming together nice for a kind of outpost. And let's grab slabs, trapdoors. And I just want to add a little bit of a curve to it, and we'll do some texturing on this. Those shelf blocks are going to be great for that. And there's enough space in between to where I don't have to, like, place them in certain spots. Like that, yep. And that. And let's do that and something like that. Just kind of makes that more rounded. Let's turn those. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's copy that then. There, and then we can do a similar arch kind of in the center here. A little more easier. Do I want to do walls? Those could work. Maybe not so much like that. What if we did some cut sandstone? Something like that. Yeah, I think that's good. And we can put some banners like here and here or something. I like that. It's got some definition. It's got some texture. I really wish there were smooth sandstone walls. That would help a lot, but we'll play with it what we got. So the next thing I think we'll work on is this lip that's going to go around here. I feel like we should build it off that, and then this front will pretty much be a divider. I don't know if I like that. Kind of want to move that over, but then I feel like I have to make this a double door. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. It's bothering me now. I did that. And then we'll move this on over. That. And that. And we got two doors. Not really what I wanted, but I think it fits. I think it fits. Okay. So we'll grab the walls, we'll grab some fences, and probably some oak gates as well. I wish that the fences connected to the walls, but they don't. Let's do that. I like that more. I'm breaking one of my rules, which is building in an not building in an odd number. I think that works. We'll add some details as we go, but I think that's coming together nicely. All right, let's do this roof then. So I'll show you what I mean by a dome. So if we use the shape tool and I have a solid sphere, and we do cut off, and I do 50%, it's going to cut it directly in half. And I don't want it that big. I definitely don't want it that big. I want it on the back half, like... Yeah, probably about like that, but back by one more. So something like that. I think we can make it like this. Oh, gosh. Let's try that. And we can smooth it out, too. Like, I'm not going to keep it as stone. I was thinking about doing blue to help with the pop of color. But I don't know if that's gonna work. Adding just some corners too to give it more of a rounded definition. And we'll tear out the inside. Because this will go into here. Plus, we might raise it up a level. That. Or we maybe don't have to do raise it by a level. Maybe we can just add some slabs along the outside. That's not bad. And then do some copper bars. I definitely want to get some lanterns, but let's do some lightning rods. Actually, the wax lightning rods will look good. Do something like that. Yeah. Cool. I like that. I still might raise this, but we're going to keep it for now. Put a little lip. Like so. I don't like it. Might change that to slabs. I think that's good. Yeah, that'll be good. And then this is where we can kind of bring in some ideas that I've gotten from the cyberpunk stuff that I've been building. Do something like this. Yeah, because I mean they live in a desert, but there's technology. Like, their doors literally slide in and out. They're pocket doors. But that would work. I wish there was a... I don't know if mud's gonna be too dark as a... Oh, that's brick. Brick honestly probably isn't that bad. No, it's not. That actually works pretty well. I like that. Cool. All right. Let's do... Where's the copper? Let's do the oxidized one. Because I think we'll do something like this. Adding that on there. Just add some extra details. Again, I'm not going to do texturing yet. But I think something like this would look good. And we can add in some of this. Yeah, I like that. Because they have like it looks like a window with a grate on it, but I'm kind of imagining it's like an air conditioning unit or it's filtering air or something going in. That'd be good. And we can add some extras over here, but we'll do that in a minute. I want to try my idea over here. I think let's start with a pop of color over here, which we're not going to really see it from this angle. We're going to kind of see it from over here. Which, again, we're going to add some foliage and stuff in the back. But I think that's going to look good. And then we'll see it from, like, here. I think that's going to be good. I don't know. I got a couple ideas, but let's test this idea over here. So we got these in the middle. And then a shelf. And then we'll do another one here. Just flip it. And we can do some blue concrete behind that for the blue pop color. Which I don't know if it has to have full interior. I should probably check the description, but yeah, I think that works. You had some banners or some stuff on the outside, but I like that a lot. Cool. Okay. Which means, let's see, how big is this? This is a 4, and that's a 3. I think if we do something similar here. hide some shapes there. And then do one here. Yeah, I like that. Because then I don't have... I wish shelves could go sideways, but I get why they don't. Since it works like that, let's try it here. Oh, wait. Oh, that doesn't work. Ah, dang. Okay. Let's just try it like that. Ooh, I could do frog light. I could do the pearlescent one. It's not blue, but it's in that same realm of being cool. It gives us kind of like a nice glow. If only we could add bars to it like that, but inset them in here. But I think that's pretty good. I need cut sandstone. Just because that line will help kind of divide that up a little bit. I think that's coming together really nice, though. I'm going to add a railing here. Just because it doesn't seem like it wouldn't... It seems like it would have one. Ah. Yeah, I think that's coming together nice. So we'll do some texture, but I want to work on this. I don't want it to just be these flat sections. I think we can definitely do better. Grab some walls, grab some fences. And that kind of helps round this edge out a little bit more. Could add some more stuff, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Because I can always add more later, especially after texturing. I think that's good. Okay, let's do some quick texturing, and then we'll add some of the details. So we'll do a brush, we'll do a sphere. It's mostly smooth sandstone, but we can do smooth sandstone, sandstone, sand, maybe? No, not sand. Birch, planks, and stripped birch wood. And we'll mask smooth sandstone. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so I'm trying to remember back to like what I've seen in Star Wars. Tatooine doesn't necessarily have a lot of plant life. I know that Luke Skywalker is a farmer. Grew up on a farm with his uncle and his aunt. Let's see, Tatooine. I just realized I think I spelled Tatooine wrong. So I want to see some images of Tatooine just to kind of get an idea. Yeah, it's very barren. It's a lot of rocks, which I feel like we can work with. It's a lot of sand, a lot of rocks, not a lot of plants. So foliage is going to be mostly dead bushes, I think. But let's try to get some like sandstone. I mean, this is a lot of sandstone, a lot of the notes I would use, but that's kind of what it is in Tatooine. It's all sand. Let's see. Does someone else have some sand rocks? I'm gonna add that to my. See if someone's got some ideas. Oh, I like those. They're darker. All right, let's do some tests quick. So we'll do the shape tool again. And this is more like an oblong cylinder. Or like a cuboid. Let's do something like that. And we can roughen it a little bit. And then smooth it. Just to kind of give us something to work with that's different. Then we'll replace this with stone. Oop. And just kind of bring it down a bit. So a rough kind of boulder. If this was like medieval style, I would probably do more mossy kind of things, but I really like the dark hues. I think this is Gaius or Gus, Guuis. This is a picture on Pinterest with his with a build from his Patreon that I'm using as kind of a reference. But I'm kind of thinking we do some like stripped wood on the bottom and then ease our way up into the stripped oak, the birch, and then sandstone at the very top for the kind of like that. I don't know if we can do that with maybe a gradient tool. Let's start with like spruce, oak, birch, and then finally smooth sandstone. Doesn't look like I'm really something like that. I like that a lot, actually. I think that's going to fit in the back really well. just as a rough kind of a contrast, we'll put them, kind of dot them all over. Actually, could we just take that palette? We'll take some of these rocks and do that, but I think that would work. Let's see what else we got. I wish that they had just more rocks, if that makes sense. I could do a noisy type pattern. I don't know if the shapes let me do that. Not the flat. I know it's the elevation that can do it more. If we lower it quite a bit, how does that look? Let's round it out more. Something like that. And then we take this kind of texture from it, but we'll dot it around a bit more. Let's try it. If I don't like it, I can always get rid of it, but I think that would work. Let's change the height map a little bit. Let's do this one. It's thinking. Something like that. I'm trying to think. It's going to be more from this angle, so we probably should put some up top. And make them a little bit bigger. Like that. Something like that. Let's try that for now. And then we can go back to our gradient painter. That, and we'll touch up the floor because I don't want that to be that drastic of a color. Oh, too much. Yeah. I think that would look good. Yeah, I think that's gonna look nice, honestly. Let's check. I'm gonna touch again. I'll touch up the floor over here, but oh, I think that gives us a nice pop of color too in the back. It kind of separates it. I like that a lot. I think that fits really well. Okay. So we're just gonna touch up. I don't mind leaving a little bit, but gonna touch in the actual build portion of it. I don't mind a little bit here and there, but not as drastic as it was. Sand there. Yeah, there we go. A lot better. So I think some dead bushes is going to be nice. Probably some cactus. I know I don't think there's much of cactus out there. Maybe we'll do a little bit of acacia leaves just to kind of break it up a bit. I'm curious how this looks with shaders too, because we got the sun coming in from over there. Whoa! I think it looks cool. We can't. I don't think we can use shaders, but do that. Honestly, the acacia leaves kind of, they're green, but they look more brown in this sense. And we'll just make them sparse kind of throughout this area. Like there's some, but not a lot. I think that'll look good. Put that down. See how that looks, and then we'll add in some. Yeah, it's very subtle, but it helps add a little more to the background. So let's add some dead bushes in. We'll add some pots and plants too. I do need sand for this. Is that way we can place them? Do some dead bushes there. Probably just wherever the smooth sandstone is, we'll replace with sand. Put that down. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. Just get enough of it. I want to fix, there's a little strip that I want to fix, but I think overall this is looking good. Ooh, I can do I can do signs on the outside too. Or buttons. Ooh. I got some ideas. I'll try them out, but all right. And I also want it from this angle. Which maybe there we can do some desert trees or something to help frame it, but we're gonna need some greenery up here and over here. We'll add some cactus in too, but let's add in just these. For now. What are you crashing out about there, Extreme? What's going on? I personally hate crashing out. I don't like crashing out. I've crashed out on my students a couple times, and I don't like doing it, personally. Sometimes I think they do need it. They need to hear it and see me get frustrated, but why are you wanting to crash out? Maybe I can help. Okay, we got that. Let's go over here. It's there. Good, and then we'll do some more over here. Little bits. kind of throughout. Let's check it out. Yeah, that's not bad. I think a little bit more, especially like in this area here, will help. I don't like this. Okay. I feel like should have a little bit more there, and then we can add in some dead bushes, and then the cactus flower. Can we put the cactus flower kind of wherever? Ooh, we can. Honestly, we might not even just need cactus. That's not bad, but we can do some dead bushes kind of here and there. Just to give it some difference. I don't know how I feel about the cactus flower there. I didn't mean to put that, but let's try it. Honestly, cactus flowers really isn't bad there. You don't really notice it right away. But I think some cactus and some cactus flowers would be nice. Just to make it a little different. I wish you could put them next to blocks, but you can't really do that. Kind of rough week at work, just super confused and nervous for some reason, learning framing, and one of the guys has been in construction like forever. He's very nice and means well, but it's just rough because he's done all of it a million times. Also, he can't really hear, which is kind of difficult when I'm working with him on yeah, that makes sense. I can get where the frustrations would be with that. Oh yeah, the cactus and the cactus flowers help pop a little bit in the background. I kind of want to add a waterfall, but it's not. It doesn't fit Tatooine if I do that. I had that issue when I first started. I have a lady who's super nice. She does so much for us at work. She has a very, very strong not lisp or something like. I don't know if it's a speech impediment. I don't know if it came from like something medical. But it's very hard. At first, it was very hard for me to understand her when I would talk to her. Also, just because I have musician's ears. I've been playing loud music my whole life. So I've had that issue, but the more I worked with her, the better I got it. Listening and hearing how, like what she was saying. So I get that. It's difficult at first, but again, if they're super nice, that working with them is really easy as you get going. Not sure why something about the eyes. I get it. Sometimes that happens. Like I've had that happen with just kind of little details, little things that either I've said, people have said, or things that have happened, and it's those little things that you just like hyper focus on in the middle of like the night or something. I've done that where I've laid in bed, like thinking of those tiny little details that honestly, do they matter in the long run? Probably not, but it's it's one of those things where people just we do that. It's normal. Honestly, I do something because my doctors told me to do it, but I take a Benadryl, because I was on something that it was making me feel really, really weird, so I stopped taking it. So my doctor had me take a Benadryl because Benadryl has a lot of the same things in it as that medication, just not the part that made me not feel right. So that's one thing I do to help me get to sleep. Also helps me just relax a little bit at night. So I know if like I'm having a hard time thinking, I'll just take a Benadryl and it'll help knock me out. I don't do it all the time because I don't think you should be taking Benadryl all the time. But there's that. Let's do some pots and stuff. Pots and decorative pots. Part of me wants to try this, as if part of this got destroyed or broken. Not that I can't hear him, it's that he can't hear me. Oh, that, yeah. About 5 times he gets frustrated with me that I never answered him. Oh, I get you. Yeah, that is just developing that communication between you two and like figuring out how you can make that work. Honestly, I think that pops really well. So it's almost like this got broken, but it yeah, I like that. It breaks up the monotony of all these other blocks. I like that a lot. Almost like it got repaired too. So it's kind of like the reverse of like me and my coworker. Like I could not understand her, she could understand me, and I just had to keep asking. I get that. It takes some time. It does take some time. It's frustrating at first, and it's probably frustrating on both ends because you're constantly answering him, and he's having just a hard time hearing. But it will get better. It does get better. It just might take a little bit of time. The key thing there is just kind of understanding like where the disconnect is at, and I think you already kind of identified it, so no harm there. Do that and put some walls in here. I think that's good. Yeah, I'll take that. And we'll add in some pots. Why we can't put the the cactus flower in a pot, I will never understand. That should be a thing. Tempted to do some paths leading up to this. I don't know. Are there any flowers that would fit in a desert? Not that I can think of. It's pretty much just going to be the dead bushes. But we could do some banners too, but this kind of gives a little more color and adds to it. Birthday's Friday, however, my birthday isn't till Friday. My eyes are already being weird and my head isn't in a good space. I got it. Do some box breathing if it'll help. I was not in a great place today too, so I understand where you're coming from. Had just some incidences at work that kind of added up to me and a fellow coworker being frustrated with a situation, and it's the last 9 days of school with students, and we're just kind of frustrated. I came home and I didn't want to do anything but, be a jerk, and I can't allow myself to do that because it's not good for me. It's not good for my family and stuff. So I took a moment for myself and prepped up supper and did that. I did some stuff that just helped me clear my head, and everyone's got their own thing to do it. One thing that I have been doing a lot more recently, if I start having issues, is box breathing. Box breathing helps me a lot. But even just like getting set up for stream and stuff and building this has helped me a lot. But that's just me. I would find some stuff that you enjoy doing and help distract yourself a little bit. I think that'll help you too. I think we'll just do that. And then, oh yeah, I wanted those lanterns on there. Just to get some color. And probably some light. Let's do a fence. It was cloudy all day. I know that doesn't make any sense with how... No, it makes complete sense because sometimes the weather does affect our moods. If you get it, I don't know if you've listened to them at all before. I mentioned them on stream before. I mentioned them before in videos, I think. But there's a band called State Champs, and they have a song called Criminal. And they have a line that says, "Lately, the weather always complements my mood. When the sun doesn't shine, it rains in my mind. I've got nothing left to prove." I think that's the lyric at the end there. But it's that kind of thought process of the weather affecting our brains. And it's crazy. But that's why we have things like, people have seasonal depression. My friend Matt moved down to Florida because I believe him and his wife were just having that issue with seasonal depression, and going somewhere warmer, it's going to help a lot. So I get it. If it's cloudy out, you might be like not in the best mindset. So I get you. It's not unheard of. So the weather can affect how we are. What do I do? I don't like just one. Wanted to leave when I got... Dude, I understand. I got to work this morning. I had a meeting right away, and I wanted to leave right when I got there. I didn't want to be at work. I'm glad I went because I got to see my students and stuff. I 100% get it. I 100% understand. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun. And I don't wish... I don't wish like bad mental days on anyone because it can really kind of be... kind of just like a knife to the brain, and it hurts, but it gets better. It does. You've had good days. Like you were just telling me you were having like what, four solid weeks where you were going to work every single day. You were just doing really well. This is just a bump. It's just a bump, and it's just you'll get past it. It just might take a little bit, and that's fine. And if you need someone to talk to, my door is open. My door is always open for you guys. All right. And I'm gonna check it with shaders. I think that's looking good. Kind of want to do time set 8. Oh, too much. Time set. Yeah, there we go. Changes up the lighting a little bit. Yeah, I think that's looking good. All right, let's do... Do I want to do a door down here? Or do I want to turn this into like a... Oh, we could put a speedster. Oh yeah, I 100% get it, dude. I would find something you like doing, like something to distract you, whether it's reading, a puzzle, video games, TV, a movie. I've been doing my project lately, where it's been I've been making my own jellyfin server, And that's been a great distraction. Granted, it's something that I can do here and then work on Minecraft stuff as well. But find something to help distract you. That's gonna, like, if you're feeling low mentally, doing things you enjoy helps a lot. So I would find something like that that's gonna get you kind of out of there. And music is a great like mental regulator for that, or emotional regulator for that. So I can't recommend that enough. Music's always going to be a huge help. Okay. And we'll do... Ooh, daylight sensors would be great on top. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting mental ideas as I'm looking through. Do an anvil, stone cutter, crafting table maybe. Bell would be really good too. Maybe right there. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Sideways like that. Boom. Oh, is it only going to be... Oh, there we go. Okay, I thought it was going to be, like, some weird directional thing. Automod ate your message. I'm sorry. Oh, that reminded me. Buttons. I don't know why buttons reminded me of... your Automod reminded me of buttons, but... Yeah, that helps. It gives it kind of that Pueblo kind of style architecture, but I like that a lot. And then go back and forth. And we'll do some signs. The birch sign is always darker when I use it. And I don't know why. See, because I feel like that melds well with the or the oak behind it, but it does help. I like that. Just adds a little more to it. I'm really happy with how this looks, guys. I definitely think some path blocks are going to help. Kind of want to build a speedster. See if I can build a speedster of some sort. Put a camel out front. That'll be like our bantha, which I think banthas are only on the ice planet Hoth, right? I could be wrong. Alright. Let's fill this path in a little more. Hey, no problem, dude. You can always vent to me. Always. I tell my students this too. Whenever they come in and they're like, I have a specific student. She's like, I'm going to curse at someone. I'm going to get in trouble. And I'm going to get kicked out of school. And I'm like, okay, come into my room. I'm going to sit here in my office. You're just standing there. You're going to curse at me. And I just go. And that's their form of venting. But like, no, you're good, dude. If you ever need to vent, I would rather you vent to me than like slip up and say like the wrong thing to the wrong person and you don't mean to. Like, perfectly fine, dude. I completely get it. So don't feel bad at all. Oh, that path helps too. Oh, I hate the fact that it doesn't... Oh, that... Adding the... I might have to do, brain. Might have to do flashback and then do the FOV override to zoom in, but I think that's going to be good. Let's do a camel. That song actually kind of fits the Star Wars idea. I like that. We'll do a lead. A saddle. And do something like that. Camel. Boom. Boom. Got that. Sometimes that happens, dude. The last time I had a really major panic attack, it lasted a good chunk of the day. And my wife has been getting panic attacks like left and right. She doesn't know what causes them. They just kind of happen. They're not fun by any means. And even like your thoughts, if you're like struggling mentally where you're thinking just like over and over and over again, it's tough. But like nowadays, think of that as normal, because like there's a lot of people who struggle with it, and that's perfectly fine. It's okay to not be okay, but you're just know that you're not always going to be not okay. It will get back to normal. It just breathing helps a lot. I do a lot of breathing because if I don't, I will go nuts. If I'm honest, I want to see if I can find a speeder to build really quick in Minecraft and maybe make it a little bit of my own. Ooh, I do like this one. This one's Acacia. It's like their Imperial bikes that they flying on in the Ewok forest. Kind of want to try that. I think if we park it like right here. We'll try it. We're gonna make it more desert type themed, but I definitely think we could do it. Hopper. Grab the oxidized chains because those will help. All right. We're gonna do. I think they're using. They might be using a form of debug, but that's okay. I do like this, and we can maybe do some fun stuff with added details, but let's do this. And also this is a speeder that was built by Tom on Mars. Tom, if you don't know Tom makes amazing Star Wars stuff, and he's the one who he's the post I'm using, but he's the one I follow a lot for when I'm looking at Star Wars stuff. I haven't ever made Star Wars themed ideas, but he's definitely the one that I would go look at. We got some raiders from Free Will Gamer. How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong buttons over here. Let me get to my raid pop out. My raid pop out is gonna be a little bit different. It says Wednesdays for my streams. It's Tuesday, Thursdays now. That was just for the last bit of the semester leading into April. But how you guys doing? Welcome over from the Limitless SMP. I'm gonna give you another one of those. Papa Go, Mr. Fitz, Free Will Gamer. How you guys doing? What were you doing over there, Free Will? What were you doing over on your stream today? We're building some Star Wars stuff because it's Revenge of the 5th. And I missed Revenge of the 4th yesterday because I was busy doing some other stuff. So we're doing something for a build competition here. But if you guys don't remember me at all or don't know me, I'm OddManMC. And I like to do Minecraft content, much like many of you guys do. So there we go. Haven't done much for Pokemon TCG because you can't find cards anywhere. So ignore that part. I'm probably going to take that out because we can't ever find cards. But Minecraft, that's what I like to do. We're building up a little bit of a speeder here. Season 5 of your seasonal world, but it's all skyblock. That sounds exciting. Did you guys get anything amazing built? Because that would be cool. All right. I'm going to get that there. Some chains coming off the end. You killed Free Will many times with CCI. That's awesome. Not awesome that you died, Free Will, but awesome that they got to do that to you. That's fun. That's got to be fun. All right. I'm going to put that there, and then we'll do some signs on the end. Lots of death. Oh, that's great. Yeah, we got a little bit of a speeder going. You gotta kind of have to squint at it to really tell that it's a speeder. I wonder if you can tell from this this angle. Ah, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Let's go into this. No, you can't really tell. It just kind of looks like an assortment of blocks. His speeder looks really cool. Mine looks like garbage. So that's what I get for trying to do a Tom on Mars build. I'm kind of thinking Taco Squad's another great builder. I think his little speedster could be good, or pod racer. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna use the daylight sensor. Where'd it go? Daylight sensor. Boom. You. Yeah, that just adds a little bit of a pop of color up top. I like it a lot. There we go. But like I said, we're building up some Star Wars stuff. This is a Tatooine outpost that I am looking at. It's a little messy, but it's for a build competition from the great Sinnoh as well. I don't know if you guys know who Sinnoh is. He's another Minecraft content creator on YouTube. Great builder as well. But it's for his Discord. I thought I would give it a chance now that I actually have some time available to do some stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, he's using like mine carts and everything in it. That's crazy. I don't know if I'm going to get that in depth. I might not. But that's cool because he's like phasing mine carts into the blocks. I'm guessing pushing them with pistons. I'm definitely not going to do that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. Go out, and then 1, 2, 2. I think that's how that will work. Taco, your stuff is amazing, but oof. I can see why people sell their stuff on Patreon. That's going to be the general shape of it, I think. That there. Cobblestone is probably what I'm going to need. Oh, he does a stair. I see how that indent happens. That's cool, actually. I think he does. I don't think you can put redstone on top of that, though, right? No, you can't. That's okay. Still looks cool. Still looks cool. But he's definitely using debug stick on that. I'm going to take that off. I don't like it. On mine, at least. Let's swap. I'm going to change some of the stuff for it. Oh, wait, I see. That's got to go move back a little bit more. Boop. Just add that in like that. And I think we're going to move those back by one. There we go. It's coming along. Coming along. Again, I'm going to change up some of the stuff that he's got just because I can't do the minecarts phased in there. But I can do signs. I can do a lot of signs. I think the white signs will work for me. And maybe the mangrove signs as well. There we go. I think that's coming along nice. He's using blast furnace, but I kind of want to use the smoker. I think that's going to give us a little bit different texture, especially on the sides. Plus, I don't think we don't really need a trapdoor over this. He uses a mangrove trapdoor, but I think the smoker works really well for that. I like that a lot. Cool. Sorry. Getting some ideas. Slowly but surely. Let's go back to the tough brick stairs. I think that would be good there. We'll do the daylight sensor again. Because the seat's like right here, which I feel like if we take these out, that's going to fit that vibe really well. I like that. I like that. Let's grab some slabs so we have a spot to sit on. Because we could put like we could put a minecart in there and actually sit in the speedster, which I think would be good. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. Yoink. And then we can put those going backwards. Think that'll look good. Yeah. Tom's build is really good. I don't want to copy it block for block, so that's why we're going to change it up a little bit. Kind of want to do, I'm going to try this. I feel like that could work. Because he's using kind of two stairs back to back. Agua. Oh, I can't see my screen. Thank you so much, Shy, for the hydrate. I appreciate you. Ah. No, I think that could work really well. And maybe take that out and that out. I think that works. And we'll add in just some extra bits and bobs, just to make it stand out a little bit more. I think, honestly, for a speedster, that looks pretty good. I mean, at least for me, it's Tom's build, so I can't take credit for it. There we go. But adding my own spin to it helps a lot. I'm going to add these underneath it like it's the grav lift system for it. Is it not going to let me do... Oh, it's... But wait. Why wouldn't it let me place... Oh, that was weird. It should have. Like, I get underneath that wouldn't work, but... There we are. A little bit of a speedster there. And just to make it functional, I think we do that. Boom.